speaking to me, and I'm calling him Dad, not even Father. And then he immediately said, "Daughter, do not fear, for I have taken this word Dad in my hand like a jewel." And he made me understand that he really appreciated me, the intimacy. That's what he wanted. He wanted me to become intimate with him. And that's what he wants from everybody. That is why we don't know God and we have always a distance, because we are not intimate with him. And he broke this thing in a second between him and I. It was like a barrier that broke into pieces. And when I said to him, the Our Father, I said to him, the Our Father, he said to me that it was not well said, because I was saying it too fast. So I said it again, and he said, "No, it's no good. Say it again, because you were moving." So I said it again, and he didn't like it, and it went on the whole day. And then I was wondering, maybe our Father in heaven is trying to make me say all the Our Fathers that I haven't been saying all these years and catch up in one day. But the thing, it wasn't that. It was not said right. I said it in a way that I didn't make a picture, visualize him if you want, that he's here listening. And when I understood, and I said it to him, like meaning every word to him, like as if I was looking straight into his eyes and giving the whole prayer with love, then I knew that he was pleased, and he said, "That's good, Vassula." Now that was the very, very beginning. I wanted to show you this because I will make other programs surely after that one with other subjects, but I wanted to talk about the approach of the Father, the beginning of this revelation that the Father, the Creator, he himself called, to name it, true life in God. The subjects are many in this true life in God. It's a call for our conversion, to become more intimate with God the Father, more intimate with Jesus, and more intimate with the Holy Spirit. In this intimacy, we can be united in love with God and get to know him. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us to get to know him. Now, God came as a father, so that I become intimate with him. He didn't come to tell me, Vassula, I'm going to give you messages so that you go and spread them all over the world. No, he never spoke about this. He wanted to catch my heart and become intimate with him. And after that, he would tell me about the messages, and he would tell me that they will go all over the world and all that. I want to add one more thing, is that God the Father said, "I want you to love me." And when I wanted to say, I love you, he said to me, "I want you to love me more." He didn't say, "No, you have not loved me all these years." Very gently said, "I want you to love me more. But to love me, you have to approach me. You can't be there. You have to come closer to me to get to know me. And when you know me, you will love me. I want your intimacy," he said. "I want you to become intimate with me. Speak to me from your heart, just like a child speaks to his father. And after that, then never forget that I am holy. So you have to remember that I'm holy, and then to come to me as a child, running to me as a child." I will continue now this program with who is and how is our Father in heaven, because we have completely lost the picture of our Father in heaven. And in fact, if we are so away from the church, like I was so far away that anybody who started to talk to me about God, I said, "Oh, come on, please, don't come and preach to me. I'm not interested, I was that sort of person. But it seems like as if God had to come and break the door to me so that he converts me. And I think that nobody, not even a priest or anybody who is a very good speaker, could have done this to me, except when God himself came and broke this barrier that between he and I. Now, many will ask, first of all, let me reply this, because I know there are many in the heads of the people, why did he choose you? Who are you? In other words. Well, this was a question that I asked him many, many times. I used to say, "Why did you come to choose me? You're speaking to me. I know you. I feel the call. You're taking my hand even, because I felt my hand being taken. And when I heard the words, I used to write them, changed my whole writing. It wasn't my little writing. It was nice and regular writing. There are many supernatural manifestations. So I used to ask him, why did you come to me? I never went to church. I never prayed. I never thought of you. I can't say that I loved you because I did not know you. So why do you come to me telling me that you're going to give me messages to transmit to the people? And first of all, how and where and in which way would I go and transmit these things to people? They will not believe me. They will just tear them into pieces, whatever I give them, like confetti, and throw them over me. So for me it was a big problem to digest, because I would say, just put yourself in my position. Like, suddenly you don't believe in all these things, and then suddenly you hear God, and He's there, His presence is there, He speaks to you, and He tells you, it is I, God, your Father, who speaks to you. But when He speaks, He also gives you the grace to believe that it is happening. So you would have a problem. You would say, why me? Is it possible that you come to me and speak to me in such a simple way? And you will have doubts coming up. It will be waves of doubts which torment you, because these doubts were really tormenting me. And I would always reject and say, no, it can't be. And then his answer would be, I chose you because you are the most wretched person on this earth. Did you not know that wretchedness attracts me? He would say. And so I didn't know what the word wretched meant in exactly God's thinking. It means the most miserable, the most, I would say, miserable creature on earth. It doesn't mean bad in a sense of, having committed crimes and all this, but misery. Misery in the sense of the soul. In the miserable souls, he would go to them and speak to them. Wretched for God, as somebody had explained to me, a priest, does not mean the wretched that we believe. It means a misery that God pities. And so he comes and intervenes. And he says, through your wretchedness, I shall show my mercy. That means whoever believes that he's wretched, there's still hope for you, because God will go and intervene and raise you. He goes even to the wretched. So through my wretchedness, I shall show my mercy. So when God the Father had spoken in this way, I felt him so much, I would say, intimate with me. And that is what he wanted. And that is why today, if so many people do not believe in God, or believe in God and say, but yeah, he's somewhere up there, it is because they have intellectualized God. And that is absolutely wrong. And most of the people have really intellectualized God. They read God, yes, on paper, printed, the word God. But they don't make a real picture of God as a father, as a person, a divine person, who has ears, eyes, who watch you, and has a heart that can be touched by the things that you do and the words that you say to him, and by your behavior. This is the whole thing. And God had asked in the beginning, the Father, come to me as a child and speak to me from your heart, and I shall listen to you. Don't make complicated prayers that they will never reach me and they are said by your lips only. Just come to me in simplicity of heart and speak to me. And once later on, because the manifestation first was the angel, then came the Father, and after the Father came Jesus, who spoke. Now, Jesus came, I will talk to you in another subject, in another time, about Jesus, because Jesus came to me as an Orthodox, as a Sacred Heart. And we do not have the Sacred Heart as such. We don't have the devotion of the Sacred Heart. We have the Pantocrator, the Almighty Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth, if you want, Jesus Christ, the Anointed One. But the devotion of the Sacred Heart, we Orthodox, we did not have. And I'm an Orthodox, as I said, and he came to present himself to me as the Sacred Heart.